We keep hearing how men do not have any resources and teachings about marriage, and that it is the lack of such resources and the increased absence of the father in the house largely due to the thick-headedness of the women brought about by feminism and the HOE culture, which has normalized sexual debauchery and shameless behavior. Increasingly, young men and women are being brought up by single mothers, and therefore men do not have a male figure to learn from. Now, the HOE culture normalizers will respond with, but as long as he has a father figure, listen, children learn mostly by observation and imitation. A son who is raised in a home where a strong father is present observes and learns from his infancy to the day he moves out of his father's house. You cannot compare that to a child who was periodically shipped to his uncle or who watched different men getting in and out of his mother's bedroom. Anyways, here is a resource for men, young and old, who are looking to get into a marriage. Learn or perish.
Hold up, wait a minute.
Welcome and salutations to the patriarchs and the patriarchists, and thank you for holding the line against the opponents of masculinities and manhood. Do not allow the opponent to shame, insult, kill, or their need to be right to get you off your square. Rules that a man should know about marriage. These rules are in no way exhaustive, and they do not have any significant priority above other rules that you may have.
1.
If you are weak, your woman will embarrass you in public. Let us look at the example of Karangu Muraya, whose wife went to the media, both legacy and social media, on a Karangu embarrassment tour, and the poor weak man was reduced to blubbering, sniveling, whining and begging.
Sasa ni tena kukakaa tena ndio huyu sasa wewe tena unataka kuleta umeshaleta second wife, na hiyo sio ile mawagano tuliagana hata mbele ya Mungu na mbele ya watu. Sasa unaona hapo kama mimi naweza kubali kweli?
Naomba kama ni makosa nilikosa, naomba unisamehe.
Angalia anajivuna kutembea mbele ya watu na hana aibu.
As a man, you have no option but to be strong. You have to control your woman, and if she gets out of control, drop her like yesterday's news.
Women will test you with disrespect just to see where your manhood lies, because in her mind, if you can't exercise your masculinity with her, you damn sure can't do it with another man.
Do not fall for the only weak men control their women nonsense from women.
If you can't handle the way your girlfriend looks and how hot she looks in a bikini,
then you're insecure.
Then you're insecure. It's your problem, not ours.
When a woman says that, ask them, what exactly is wrong about a man controlling his woman? Let them demonstrate it, not just make a stupid claim and then move on like it is true. I guess weak drivers use the steering wheel, while strong men just let the car go where it wants, right?
I'm in a Waymo car.
Connected to rider support. This call may be recorded for quality assurance.
This car is just going in circles.
You lying, slimy son of a...
Exactly. Go pick up your brain where you dropped it.
Nobody move! Drop my brain.
2.
If your woman decides to embarrass you, keep mum. Take it from Kabu of Bonfire Adventures. When his wife Sarah decided to act a fool, he kept mum.
He had a relationship with someone and they had a daughter. He also had a relationship with someone else and they had a son.
She would post photos with men and he would ignore it, or at least throw some smart shade. He essentially denied her flame oxygen. She would now be forced to either do something outrageous.
Initially, this our spa is under Simon Kabu, lakini written under LC.
Or stop her stupidity. Women are human beings and humans are evil. She can out of the blue start manifesting demonic behaviors.
Hey, you okay?
Yes. Yes.
Hold on. Get back. Hey, get back. Hey.
And as a man, you should keep your frame. Let the woman. As a man, your job is to man up and keep it square.
3.
Consult your wife, but the decision is yours.
One of the things that we need to do as husbands, as leaders of the family, as heads of the household, right?
Remember, any decision you make, you carry the burden of the consequences. The woman will whine cry and demand that you never listen to her and that you do not care because you never do as she suggests.
Why he needs to.
He won't do it.
You guys are parents.
Yeah, he won't
You
do
need
it.
a bat line just for parents on a just-in-case basis. I don't care what meeting you're in.
He won't do it.
You could be talking to anybody. You, Nessa, also need to know that you can only hit that bat line when you need to.
See, I think that's tough because everything is important to me.
Everything is important to you and you have a lot of passion.
And I have a lot of moments of melting down.
Yeah, and
that
Colin,
I need to share with Colin at this second and this moment right now.
Yet, if you take her advice and the proverbial shit hits the fan, she will be the first to tell you, you are the man. What are you doing listening to me? You should have made a better decision. You should have made a better decision. There is a reason why men and women come together in marriage. Women deal with the emotional aspects of the marriage while men deal with the logical aspects of the marriage. She is supposed to cover you emotionally and look at the emotional angles of things and help you with the emotional aspect of each decision. Sometimes, some decisions, though logical, have detrimental emotional consequences. For example, if your wife asks, "Am I fat?"
Hey babe, can I ask you something? So I got this dress at the mall earlier with Kim and I can't tell. Do you think this makes me look fat?
Logically and objectively, you know, and she knows, and you know that she knows, that you know that she knows that she is fat. However, if you reply in the affirmative, you might be forced to deal with the waterworks and the emotional storms that may result from that.
I can lift you up. I can build out because I'm so strong in this dress. I'm so.
Therefore, responding emotionally is the best option for that situation.
4.
When your marriage fails, you will be blamed, whether or not it was your wife who caused the failure. Women are the gatekeepers to sex, while men are the gatekeepers to relationships. That is a phrase that if you have been in the relationships and especially red pill sphere in the interwebs, you may have heard 1,000,001 times. You being the gatekeeper to a relationship, you are expected to have done your due diligence before committing to this lifetime project called marriage. Remember that the streets win every time, and if you get a woman from the streets to the streets, she will return.
Y'all ever notice anytime a man is in a relationship and something bad happens, it's always the man's fault?
It does not matter whether or not it was your woman who initiated the divorce or the breakup. She will never take responsibility. She will always find a way to blame you for her breaking up the marriage. And since the world is run by simps and women pleasers, the society will believe her nonsense and you are left holding the ball. Oh, she cheated. If you loved her and treated her right, blah blah blah, she wouldn't have cheated. Therefore, it is your fault she opened up her legs to another man.
Like if his wife cheats on him, they're going to blame him. They're going to say things like, well, he wasn't emotionally there and she must have been justified for it, or he was slacking in some area. They're just going to blame him. Now, if the tables were turned and the man cheated on his wife, they would be saying things like, he's no good, he's a bad husband, he broke up his family, blase blase. When it comes to divorce, if a woman leaves the man, then it's the man's fault. He wasn't doing anything to keep her there. He wasn't emotionally supporting her. But if the man leaves his family, he left his wife and kids. He's a deadbeat. He likes to break up his home.
5.
Do not believe what she says, believe what she does. Women often redefine words to mean what they want them to mean. For example, a woman can say that she is not a slut with 50 bodies in the last year and she is openly and sexually promiscuous.
You will hardly see or hear a girl on a date ask a man, Tunji, what's your body count? Manuel, what's your body count?
Charlie boy, I am too much. You be mumu.
To her, she's not being promiscuous. She's being sexually liberated. Riding every dick is not slut behavior, but an expression of her sexual liberation. A woman who stacks bodies like a morgue attendant is not someone you want to wife. This is a walking, talking, breathing, living red flag.
The audacity that men have to open their mouths to ask you, hey Latifa, what's your body count? Latifa, how many men have you been with? Latifa, how many guys have you slept with? How many guys have you... Do you want to know? If you want to know, I don't mind. I might as well just take you to the men. We'll go to their houses one by one, you know? I'll just introduce you to them personally, and then I'll tell them the reason we're there is because you asked me what my body count is, so I just felt to go all out. If you are asked, my darling, what is your body count, you tell them, what business of yours is my body count?
She belongs to the streets.
Oh, women will say, it is possible to change. Yes, it is also possible for pigs to flap their limbs and fly too. But if I brought you a pig and asked you to bet serious money, will you put your money on the pig flying or the pig won't fly?
You got me.
Exactly. I hope this has been an educative video. Feel free to add more rules in the comment section and let us engage. If you have any pointers on rules for women, you can also share that in the comment section and I will curate them and make a video from the ones which will make the cut. Subscribe to the channel if not.